Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of Chunk Gaming. On this edition of Chunk Gaming we're going to be following up on our first book from Titan Books, which was Ghostbusters The Ultimate Visual Guide. This week we're going to catch up with my most second favourite film ever, well, the trilogy of, and let me just grab it for us, it is Back to the Future. And this is the Ultimate Visual History book based on the complete trilogy of it. And as I said, it's going to cover all aspects of Back to the Future. It's got, it includes stuff like the cover of George McFly's novel, the poster for Jaws 19, that's included in here as well. It's going to be amazing. So I thought we'd just obviously follow up and go through this book as well to complete the two in the series that I absolutely love to bits. If we go and get ourselves set up, then we'll get on and look through the book. So let's go. So then guys, here's the book of Back to the Future, The Ultimate Visual History. We're going to have a look through the book now. Let's start it off. Just to quickly kind of say though, this was obviously written by Michael Klastrian and with Randall Atamaniux, forward by Michael J. Fox, prefaced by Christopher Lloyd, induction by Bob Gell, and the afterword by Robert Zemeckis. As I said, this is by Titan Books, and they've done a couple of this series, which included, as I said, like The Labyrinth and Ghostbusters. But obviously, again, we're having a look through Back to the Future. So let's have a quick look at the beginning. Oh, here we go, guys. Here's the beginning of the book, and as you can see, we've got a nice, lovely, iconic picture of quite a lot of from Back to the Future. You've got the clock tower, you've got Doc Brown, you've got Einstein saying hello, and you've got obviously Marty McFly. Gonna love seeing these pictures, the production photos that you kind of see as you on most films. The book itself is obviously, as I said, got a forward by Michael J. Fox, who played Marty McFly, Christopher Lloyd, and yeah, the book's kind of separated out into different parts. I don't know if I can just show you the contents to show you what I mean, but and here's some artwork at the same time, and I think this book contains a lot of artwork. It's a pretty damn fine book of artwork, commentary, different kinds of little bits of props as well as you go through, but we'll see those as we go through the book. As I said, the book's kind of splits up into 4 parts really. Part 1 will talk about a lot about the film, how it was made, and this is all based around the first film. Part 2 will have a lot about the second film, obviously, Back to the Future Part 2, when they obviously go into the future. And then Part 3 will be about when they went back in time to the Wild Wild West. And then after that, it goes into beyond. So it's going to talk about stuff like Back to the Future Ride, Back to the Future the animated series, and what they, what about Back to the Future now going forward. So they do talk a little bit about that and what they envisage going forward. So it obviously starts with Part 1. Part 1's going to look at, as I say, a lot of the parts of how the film was concepted, who wrote the stories, etc. Ideas about the flux capacitor, what that should look like in the different kind of engines, like the DeLorean, etc. And the train in the third film. I won't show you all the pages, guys, because I obviously want to ruin this for you, but I want you to really enjoy the book at the same time. I just want to give you little snippets of what it's like, just so you get an idea whether or not you would like this book going forward. Oh look, and this is the type of stuff that I mean that you get included. So you'll see stuff like this. This is like obviously done like a hologram, but it's one of the iconic pictures from the film when Doc Brown asks Marty to see a picture of his family from the future, and they start to disappear as the time starts to change going forward into the future. As we see here, there's some drawing boards of Marty McFly going back to 88 miles per hour for the first time when he went back to the future in the first film. Different concept ideas here, look, of what the flux capacitor should actually look like. So there's kind of this kind of art drawings here and pre-production work. And that's what I mean as well, like there's different concepts of what the car should look like, the DeLorean, as it went into the future as well. And this carries on throughout the book as well at the same time. And obviously the DeLorean is obviously the most iconic car within the film itself. Here we go, and here's some other kind of like pre-prop work. So the flyer from the first film of Save the Clock Tower. Save the Clock Tower! Casting, how they got to have the different casting and the different actors. And see, you even put little things like this in, where it's just the tardy slip that Marty gets for being late. Marty McFly gets for being late into classes from Strickland. Some this is obviously it includes this part of the story as well, where obviously the Marty McFly wasn't actually part of not Marty McFly, but Marty McFly was played by somebody else before it got to Michael J. Fox, and how they had to reshoot it all once they decided actually it wasn't working and they should move over. It's quite interesting now that how it happened and what the reasons were behind that. So yeah, you can read into that. But they also show quite a lot of the pre-work, what was done before it changed over to Michael J. Fox. I've got some of these lovely full glossy photos of what it looked like in the valley, the town square. Look, and you even got the letters from Do Not Open until 1985, when Marty McFly tries warning Doc Brown. And look, yeah, look, they're carrying it on. They're showing quite a lot of the parts where it was actually slots alloyed. Yeah, interesting stuff, guys. Definitely worth the read from that way. And look, they're going to break down the filming then as well of what happened, so you get quite a lot of the timestamps of what happened as the film went on. There we go, Michael J. Fox in his bomber jacket and his jeans, double denims. It's a lovely book. Oh look, and some of the bits had to be filmed with Einstein, had to be done by a puppet, and there's the man playing the puppet in it. And I love this part. This is part obviously from the film, is when just Marty McFly just moves away slightly before it goes under, the car disappears in front of him, and Doc Brown's explaining all about time travel. Here we go again, so a little bit of the filming. Here's Biff, so we're just meeting Biff here now for the first time in the book. And the Darth Vader scene, where he scares his dad witless into trying to ask Lorraine out. Look at this, and yeah, all the different characters and different time lapses in the future and the past. And there we go, there's his book, George McFly's book. There's his cover. I will try not to show you all the kind of pre-stuff work so you can find it yourselves, but there we go, look, I've got a lovely photo of them at the prom. I think we're going to move into very soon now into part 2. Let me just see if we can get there. Again, I don't want to show you all of it quickly, guys, because I want you to enjoy it if you decide to get this book yourselves. Or the Fusion, Mr. Fusion. I think, oh no, there's still part 1, look, there we go, where Marty McFly gets pulled backwards when he plugs himself into the large amp. All about the music, and the music's obviously fantastic. Oh, there's some drawings, different drawing concepts of what the car should look like as it goes through time. Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty damn cool. Look, and here we go. Here's some different artwork for when they started producing the film, what kind of posters should they be. So there's different typefaces and everything of what actually could have been the Back to the Future logo, till its concept of what it actually came out to. And obviously that's a very iconic photo. It was carried throughout the other few films also. So there we go, we're leading to part 2. Part 2 is here. And yeah, we got, okay, so what are the reasons why? Look, people writing into it. George McFly murdered. There's a news clip in there for what happened. And then concept drawings of the future Hill Valley. And what have we got here? We got, oh yeah, some more, and there we go, a plan of the actual town centre itself. Jaws 19. Now this was cool. Obviously, they're talking about holograms in 3D, and that kind of came true. So it's interesting when you kind of watch the films and documentaries about what actually does come true in the future. And that's obviously past now, but quite a lot of the bits what actually did come true. And look at the amount of work they had to do to get, yeah, obviously how they had to make some of those characters look older. It's fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff on this one. Dollar Bill from the future, and they got obviously Michael J. Fox had to play a few different characters of his own family. This one, like his daughter, etc., which was really interesting. Different cars, tickets, different cars again. So yeah, this is quite a lot of what the second one's about. There's a lot of the different kind of, the hoverboard. I'm glad we obviously got a quick picture of the hoverboard inside here. That was really good stuff. And look. Wow. And all the different actors who had to play Michael J. Fox's stuntmen. That's interesting to see as well at the same time. How they made the cars float. I'm going to show you all the pages here, so we'll just skip along a little bit. Part 3, the Wild Wild West scenes. Look at this drawing concept for him on the horses. And the building of Hill Valley. There he is, the villain, which was a great film. I enjoyed this film as much as the first one. I think I enjoyed the first one and this one the most out of the trilogy. Concept drawings for how they should look. Doc Brown. The famous photo of them having a picture by the actual clock before it was put into the actual clock tower itself. Whoops, let's put that back right. Manure, I hate manure. I love it, love it. Look at this, all the artwork. It shows you how much detail they have to go into to actually when they produce these films and how much detail they go into. And you forget like you see all the little models of them filming like stuff like this was actually small. Look at the actual. I don't know if you can see that in that one, but all the actual film crew on the actual train as well as they're filming. Look, there we go. Again, this is all played by stuntmen, so it's amazing again how you get so involved in the film, you don't notice these things happening. And here we go, when Doc Brown actually does rebuild the time machine, and then plans to maybe go way into the future. Yeah, it's interesting. Nice shot of the whole family, Marty McFly's family at the end there. Yeah, it's really cool. Look, yeah, different times. Again, drawings. And look, there we go, a badge for people who saw before they saw the third. So they saw the third film, they watched it back to back. So 1, 2 and 3. And here we go, now we're going into the and beyond section, which is talking about a little bit about what kind of happened outside the universe of Back to the Future films themselves. And this, as I said, this includes the stuff like the film, like the ride of the film, and how that kind of was conceived, what it should look like and how they filmed it. And obviously this was a popular ride. I never got to ride it myself, which was a bit of a shame. I have been to Universal Studios, but it was after they changed it to the Simpsons ride instead. So it kind of get how it was going to be and what it was like. And I've seen obviously the film that they used for the ride from beginning to end. So I kind of get an idea of what it was like, but I would love to have actually done it. Love to have actually done it. Yeah, look at this. A lot of this is based on how they filmed the ride. Moving into the animated series. I think this lasted about 2 series in the end, or it was a season and a half. I can't remember too much, but it didn't go on for too long. Look at that. I love the that's the Back to the Future 2 kind of sign more than anything else. Some concept drawing, or not concept drawing, but some actual film cells of the animated series itself. As I said, in the end of the book, they talk about how it's going to be continued. So what their kind of ideas are. And they talk about maybe there'll be a musical. So yeah, it's going to live on a little bit longer, but yeah, I don't think they plan to do any more of the films or anything. It would be weird to not have the same characters in it. So yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on that, guys? I kind of liked the fact that it stays as it is and just enjoy it as it is. And yeah, I like to see all the new kind of merchandise that comes around it, just to keep that nostalgia of Back to the Future alive. But I wouldn't like to see a new film, I don't think. But again, please drop your comments and in the section below and tell me what you think of whether they should do a new one or not. But yeah, it's then it's signed off by Robert himself. So yeah, guys. There we go. One last treat at the end. I'll just show you the first part of it. Again, this is like obviously the. No, I'll show you it all. In fact, let's do it. This is obviously the poster for the Jaws 19 film. This time, it's really, really personal. So, yeah. Enough about that said, the better, I think, in terms of the Jaws films. But it's very true. They did do quite a lot of them. And just show you the back of the book, guys. And this, again, obviously shows you the type of extra stuff that came inside the book, what the book was about, and yeah, all the extra bits it includes. Guys, I hope you kind of like that book. I think it's amazing. But as I said again, these visual guides are beautiful and they're well made. You can see that they're loved, well made as well. They kind of cover all aspects of it. So yeah, no, let's. So I hope you kind of enjoyed that quick look through there. Let's pass over and yeah, get wrapped up. Thank you very much, guys. So that was the look through of Back to the Future, the ultimate visual history. I hope you liked it. Again, this was the second video in the series that I was doing. They do other ones. They do like the Labyrinth, and there are many other visual guides as well, not by just Titan Books, but by other companies. If you do want me to do any more of these, then or if there's any particular visual guides that you are interested in, please, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video if you want to get out there for anybody else who enjoys this content. But yeah, really appreciate it, guys, and otherwise have a great So that was the second book. So then, guys, that was the look through of Back to the Future, the ultimate visual history. I hope you really enjoyed it. I love this kind of book. This was the second edition of the first book that I'd done, which was the Ghostbusters. And I absolutely love these books. I think they're really good quality, and I hope you do like them too. There are other books from, not just Titan Books though, there are other ultimate visual history books. They include, anything from He-Man to any other most popular films out there at the moment or in the past. If you want me to do any of those videos on those, please pop a comment in the sections below for me. Also, drop a like, and I'll be happy to kind of research those and get those out to you as well. Because I love doing these books, and I love the collection that I'm building at the same time. So yeah, that'd be fantastic. So don't forget to like, comment, and if you want to share the video to anybody else who loves these type of films, then that'd be amazing. So it's signing off, and thanks for tuning in to Junk Gaming. Thank you.